Okay, well, my research is on Chetty, Malacca. I'm looking at the linguistics as well as the cultural continuity and adaptation among the Chetty of Malacca, particularly in Kampung Gajah Berang, Malacca. Okay, so this is an insight from the perspective of an ethnographer. Okay, can I move forward? All right, Malacca is situated, Malacca is 2 hours away from Kuala Lumpur. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm focusing only on the Chetty Malacca who settled down in Kampung Chetty. So I use ethnography approach in order to gain my data through observation, text field note, audio and video recording, as well as interview. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I focus on the language and culture, on the Chetty community, and I stayed and get immersed with them for 15 months. It started off in July 2013 up to May 2014, and then later I came back on September 2014 up to January 2015. So the main drive of this study is because the language is endangered, as well as the culture. Okay, if the language lost, the culture will follow. Okay, and the second drive is there's no complete study so far about the Chetty community. And my personal motivation to conduct this study, because I am Peranakan myself from Penang, so it is very sad because there's no more kampung. Yeah, we have no Jawi Pekan kampung anymore in Penang. So every time we want to have our raya gathering or meetings, we should, we have to stay in the hotel or apartment. Okay, so Chetty community is very, very fortunate because they still have their kampung. So it needs to be preserved. So that's my point of view. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, these are among the rationale of the study. So it seems that not only the language is endangered, but the community itself expressed their feeling that, there should be an effort done to preserve the language and also the culture. So every time when we talk about Malacca, we know there are Portuguese minority, there are Chinese Peranakan minority, but we don't know there's an existence of Hindu Peranakan or Hindu Babas. And people cannot imagine, they are still alienated to not only the world, even the Malaccan and Malaysian. All right. So the best part is the Chetty existence is through intermarriage, between the merchant from India and also the locals, the Chinese, the Javanese, the Bataks during the 15th century. Okay, so but now, ironically, through intermarriage, the Chetty community are losing their identity again. So they are very, very much, open to assimilation, acculturation. Hence, this is what going on. Okay, let's move on. Okay, a little bit background on Chetty history. It started off from the 15th century in Chetty, and now they settled down in Chetty village. Okay, originally there are a wealthy Hindu merchant, or known as Shelsti in Tamil. Okay, they come from South Indian, and the community rise through intermarriage. There are also some arguments said that before Peranakan Chinese came into the picture, Chetty are already there. So it is academically still debatable, yeah. So the language that they speak a very, very beautiful language, which as a Malay, I never heard of some words, some classic word like cangkir, ciwan. I was like, what's that? So maybe later Mr. Apu and his family can help us to give more view on this matter. Is that all right? Thank you. So let's move on. As I mentioned, they come from Kanchipuram, and later they settled down in Malacca. And at one point, when the British came over, they have decided not to go back because in terms of, in terms of religion and whatnot, they are very staunch, but when it comes to, caste and things, it is, is afraid that if they were to bring their children or their wife back to India, it won't be accepted by their family members back there. So then later they have decided to just stay in Malacca. This is already the 9th generation. Okay? All right. Okay, thank you to Mr. Dorai Singham. Yeah? This is a historical map of India and Southeast Asia, showing that the Indian trading routes to Malay Peninsula during the 15th century. So, the word Chetty, when I say that, what is Chetty? Many of them say that, oh, Chetty, pinjam duit, bawa payung. No. These are a very different community. Yeah, it's a very, very small community in Malaysia, and after we gained our independence, some of them have migrated. They choose to migrate to Singapore, but they are still in touch with the kampong people because somehow or other they are cousins. Yeah. So in terms of etymology, a Malay loan word from the Tamil Chetty, Malayalam Chetty, Telugu Chetty, all derived from Sanskrit. All in all, I can say Malay, we call them as Saudagar of Persia, or Banyaga from Sanskrit, Malay Chetty or Burmese Chetty, and all means they are wealthy or powerful merchant. Okay, and the Sultan during the 15th century really looked up to this particular community, right? And this is up to January 2015. I found that there are 23 families and 8 castes in the kampong. My limitation of study is, again, I say I only focus those who are staying in the kampong. But there are also some outside the kampong, Singapore, Australia, England, Canada, as well as the USA. I am in touch with them through Facebook, and they are very, very helpful. So there are Pater, Chitty, Raja, Pile, Mudaliar, Kona, Naika, Padiachi, and there's some without a caste name, but they are considered as Chetty. All right? There are in total 85 of them in the kampong. Okay, these are some photos taken in the early 19th century. And this is the up to 2015. I managed to get this photo from one of the respondents. So this is how, men, dress up with talapa. Nowadays, talapa, they make it instantly, but those days, that's a very beautiful way of making talapa. That's why we have to have another session to discuss further. All right, so that's how the clothes look like, the bride. Yeah. Okay, these are some Chetty community during one of the Deepawali occasion in the kampong. Yeah. Some look more Chinese, some look more Indian, some look more Malay, They have to really jaga-jaga during bulan puasa. Some kena tangkap because tak puasa. Tengok-tengok nama Padiachi. You see, it's beautiful. Yeah. And the kingship system. Okay, these people, the king traders, practice patrilineal marriages. Okay, so this is obvious, and this is one of the Chetty Malacca identity marking. All right. So they follow the father lineage, which is Hinduism until now. To be honest, my 15 months was most of the days during my 15 months I spent in the temple. There are so many beautiful celebrations, so colorful, so beautiful, and each and everything they do means something, connotes something, which is, it will be too much to write in my thesis. So that's why I'm transforming it into journals, right? So these are some Chetty from Singapore. Okay, they are under Hindu heritage, so they are quite active and they manage to get good funding. I mean, so we are trying to work with them so that it will at least benefit their cousins in the kampong, right? Okay, in terms of religion, okay, Narayana Sami observed the Chetty Malacca being devout Hindus. Yes, after 40 years of his thesis, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, after 40 years, I found that they are still Hindu. They maintain the religion, okay? Those who are in the kampung, obviously. Okay, according to Kim and Ahmad, he stated that Chetty Malacca remains Hindu, similar to the Chinese Peranakan of Malacca retain their forefathers' religion. Yeah, so I accord religion as the main features that mark the identity of Chetty Malacca. So that is the ongoing debate, because some sudah masuk Melayu, some sudah masuk Cina, some sudah masuk Christian. You see? So they call it masuk Melayu, actually masuk Islam due to intermarriage. So these people who are staying in the kampung, you know, they are quite worried what will happen to the future generation. Okay? Let's move on. This is what we call hantu tetek. So our Mr. Apu is wearing hantu tetek shirt. Yeah, maybe Mr. Apu can tell us a little bit what is hantu tetek. A bit vulgar.
If you can see, my T-shirt here is from Malacca. In fact, it says hantu tetek, cerita orang Malacca. These are the doll that is. I think around 16 foot high doll, and is one pair, female and male. Obviously, during procession, this pair will walk in front. The reason being is also during marriage, on this tent, the kema, the one that they serve food and so on. Usually they will put this one pair also. This is to frighten the demon and also to chase away the demon. So they are always in front to protect whatever that is been organized or been a procession. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, in terms of names, this is very interesting. Commonly, the name of God or goddess, hoping that such impressive names will affect the upbringing and the future life of the children positively. I think not only Chetty Malacca, even the Malays, the Chinese, and also the Indian, we want to give good names so the upbringing will be good. Yeah, but the best part of Chetty Malacca is they remain these old names like Kanama, Sitambaran, Abirami, Lochini. They still maintain. Yeah, so it's interesting. Okay, citing the three major races of the country, Malay uses Latin or Jawi, whereas the Chinese uses Latin or Chinese character, Indian utilize Latin or Tamil. However, the Chetty Malacca apply only Latin, not Jawi, not Tamil. They cannot speak any Tamil. Most of them can't, unless if they take their own effort to learn the language. And when I interview them, most of them say, tak minat lah, buat apa. Better I learn English. Alright, so yeah. Okay, these are two handsome young men. One of them is Mr. Apu. Apu is actually his nickname. Yeah, his real name is something else. Later he will tell us. Okay, this is Mr. Sitambaran next to Mr. Apu. Okay, among the Chetty Malacca, despite having a proper Indian name, they also have nickname. Everyone in the kampung have nickname, even me. Which Nurul ah? Which researcher? Which Nurul? Nurul yang pendek-pendek tu. Because I'm short, I also dapat one nickname. Okay, so physical factors, for example, being bald, being short, being not long, sorry. Being thin or fat, yeah, will help giving one a nickname. For example, Baba Boncet, because his perut boncet. Alright, Nila, which Nila? Nila Pekak. Okay, which Kanan? Kanan Jengke. And also Bapuk lah. Cannot mention the name, huh? Okay. Alright, so Chetty Malay language. Let's focus on the language, yeah. So it started off as Pidgin or Bahasa Malay. They used during trading. Alright, so and later on it became Creole because of the structure. Okay, so a scholar, Grimes, in 1996, yeah, he mentioned that Chetty Malay language is part of the Creole. Even in ELDP, Language Endangerment website, it says that Chetty Malay language is endangered language. So something has to be done. So I took the step to, to at least 1%, bring forward and document the language and the culture to tell the world that we have Chetty Malacca. All right? So, and when I came in, I was also looking at language maintenance and shift, whether or not they are shift or they maintain the Chetty Malacca language. Okay, what is Chetty Malay language, or what is Chetty Malacca language? Some call Chetty Malay, some call Chetty Malacca language. It consists of some heavily Malay, of course, heavily Malay, sprinkle of Chinese peranakan, yeah, cannot do anything because they intermarriage. Chinese peranakan married Baba peranakan Hindu, very normal. Yeah, it's very normal. And then of course it has sprinkle of Tamil but only used for religion purpose. Yeah, even if they go to the temple, most of them cannot read Tamil. What they do is they translate everything in Latin and everybody will sing based on the Latin writing. Yeah, and obviously from my finding, they are shifting to English. Yeah. Okay, this is, I've looked at 3 generations. Generation 1 at the age of 46 and above, Generation 2, 25 to 45, and Generation 3 from the age of 10 to 24. So it is very obvious that Generation 1 has no influence of other languages. They say if you want to speak, speak proper Chetty Malacca. Don't mix around. Just use Chetty Malacca. However, the second generation, the language has been influenced by a little bit of Tamil words, probably because of intermarriage. Yeah? And the later generation, Generation 3, language influenced by Tamil as well as English. As you can see, no lah Amma, don't want to go to Aneng house. Aneng means brother. Okay? Panas tak aircon. Dia tak kata tak ada aircon, dia tak aircon. Right? So, which means, mother, I don't want to go to brother's house, it's hot and there's no aircon. So, it is very obvious that they are shifting to English. But of course, I have more data to prove this, yeah, which I cannot show everything today. All right. In terms of closeliness, yeah, they are very, very close, yeah. So, which means ethnic groups in Kampung Chetty has been achieved despite their religious belief and cultural differences. In the Kampung, they are Chinese, they are 2 Malay families, as well as they are Indian. But, they mingle around because they are very good at code switching, code shifting, and translanguaging. That's what I found. Okay? So this can be seen, yeah, from the data collected while I was in Kampung Chetty. Certain views are never uttered openly, yeah, especially sensitive matter like pork, beef. The Indian, they don't eat beef. So the Chetty Malacca are very good at, respecting others. Interesting, yeah. Okay, trust and acceptance in general, the Chetty Malacca expect to be perceived and treated the same way as other ethnic groups. Yeah, they feel that they be marginalized. Yeah, they feel that, we are Malaysia, why people don't know us? We are unique, come to our kampung. Observe our culture, be part of us, okay? So, I also noticed that greeting, I also looked at greeting and leave-taking elements, and it is true that Chetty Malacca female takes longer to say goodbye. I think it is in other culture as well, right? Okay, already goodbye, go to the pintu again, goodbye, go to the car, goodbye, goodbye. But men, okay, watch out dulu. They just, go off. All right. So, because Chetty Malacca female compared to male, they are different because Chetty Malacca female is usually ringan mulut. Is it ringan mulut? Is that how I pronounce it? Ringan mulut or very peramah. They are very sociable. Yeah. If you go there, you don't know them, but they will welcome you full-heartedly. Trust me, go to the kampung. Go and meet them. They are good people. So I've also looked at indirectness. Oh, beautiful. They practice all this, except for Dondang Sayang. Okay, they are very good at using peribahasa ada udang sebalik batu, but the younger generation say ada udang di sebalik mi. They change it in such a way, yeah. So busuk hati, panas pedih, you know, mata air, girlfriend. Even the Malays, you know, we don't use mata air anymore. We use marka, bala, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend. But they use mata air, yeah. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, they use also perumpamaan, yeah, like katak bawah tempurung. They also use proverb like tepuk dada tanya selera, tepuk dada tanya hati, you know, that sort of bidalan, yeah. Okay, they also use pepatah ala kita orang susah. Kais pagi makan pagi, kais petang makan petang. They still use these words, yeah. And they are very good at using pantun. When the first time I met them, they say, "Where are you from?" I say, "I'm from Penang." They say, "Okay, I have something for you." Okay, tinggi-tinggi pokok Pinang, tinggi juga pokok Melaka. Cantik-cantik orang Pinang, cantik lagi orang Melaka kurang ajar. Okay. Alright, and the other one I've quoted from one of the website, yeah, it said perempuan Chetty cantik wajah, lelaki pula tampan belaka. Betul kan Mr. Apu? Pintu gerbang berkepala gajah, itulah kampung Chetty Melaka. Okay, that's another pantun. They are very rich, but then they are trying to train the younger generation to like pantun, because in Malacca they always have competition, and Chetty Melaka selalu menang. Okay. And then Dondang Sayang, it has declined in popularity among the younger generation because it take longer time to practice. So most of them say, tak minat lah, tak boleh lah, kerja sekolah banyak and things like that. And compliment, when you compliment them, they will normally give humble response. But I think this is very common among Asian. Yeah. So if I say, cantik Kak Sita hari ni, the response will be, mana ada, lu ada-ada aja. Yeah, that's how they respond. So the respectful language very rich. You know, they focus on the status. Yeah, like nenek, yeah, aning. If they see me puan, yeah, but now no more lah. I feel that I'm part of them. Yeah, especially among strangers. Okay, swear words. This is very interesting. I've came up with a paper but haven't been published yet. Yeah, on swear words in their everyday conversation. How many of you are from Malacca here? May I know? Oh, obviously. Any more from Malacca? You're from Malacca? No. All right. So, mencarut is very normal there. It shows that we are close. If tak kena carut means tak close. That's what I found from my interview. Yeah. So, however, there are some words that need to be avoided, particularly among the elders lah. Don't say that in front of nenek, kena tampar nanti. All right. So those are among I cannot say out loud here. Yeah. All right. So ethnic jokes. Yeah. Of course, every ethnic they have their own jokes, isn't it? Yeah. This set of jokes collected during my time mostly written down from the personal conversation and recorded materials either on Chetty, Malacca social media, Facebook, or audio recorded conversation among the group. Okay, and I often heard during gathering, you know, they make jokes, and in the Chetty Malacca community, swear words often occurred but should be avoided in the public area. Okay, why swear words? Sorry, jokes. I mean, it is still occur in the quill, but the elderly usually will say, okay. Ethnic jokes consist of swear words as well. It comes together. But you have to avoid at places like Kowil. Kowil means quill or temple. But they pronounce it in such a way, Kowil, yeah? So normally the elder will say, aku cili mulut engkau, budak tak tahu adab. Which means, okay, you better watch out, mind your language lah, something like that. Okay, latah. This is very normal in Malaysia, isn't it? Do you know what is latah? Okay, like somebody, you know, pinch you or do this to you, and then suddenly you know, openkan terbalik mak kau pocot, something like that. You will repeat, yeah. In some countries, you know, Winstead, you know, he mentioned that this is a penyakit, which need medication. But in our country, no, this is beautiful. Lagi melata, lagi kita nak usik, bukan? Okay, so this incident was at one of the ceremony, kenduri kahwin, ya. So that makcik, ya, she was holding pinggan, ya, plate. And then nak terjatuh. And then she said, oh pocot, mak kau terbalik. Mak tak terbalik. But it's very normal, yeah. And there are more beautiful. Alright, non-verbal communication, I think this is very normal. Sometimes if you don't like someone, you just bagi mata kat your kawan, you know, to show that I don't like her, you know. Yeah, but I think this is very normal. In the Chetty Malacca context, utter speech along with body language transmits various definitions. It is and is understood and mutually respected by all the people living in Kampung Chetty. Yeah, no, it's not always negative. Sometimes it's also positive. Yeah. And it's also, okay, all right, let's move on. Code switching and mixing, or bahasa rojak. This is very normal in Malaysia especially. Malaysia, Singapore, this is very normal. And they tend to do a lot of code switching. Yeah? When they speak to the Malays, they speak the Malacca Malay dialect. Yeah? When they speak to the Chinese peranakan, they maintain their Chetty Malay language. But when they speak to an outsider like me at first, they speak the standard Malay language. And many of them can speak Hokkien. You know, it's very interesting. Wah hiao lah tapi tampuk ni. Okay, so maybe it's wrong, correct me. Okay, and when they speak to the Portuguese Kristang, I observe, yeah, they tend to speak in English, in Manglish lah, our Malaysian English. Alright, and I noticed the English language is used extensively when the Chetty Malacca speak to non-Chetty Indian. Say, we can speak English, we don't need Tamil. Because why? Some of the kids, you know, they complain. Some Indian bully them because they cannot speak Tamil. Muka macam India tak boleh cakap Tamil. That is not the case because they are Chetty Malacca. That's why we don't want to make this community alien anymore. Yeah, thank you Munching for having this talk. Yeah, so these are the Chetty Malacca cultural aspect. Very rich, isn't it? They have nyonya, they have beaded shoe. Yeah, it's quite similar to nyonya, but it's different. Yeah, it's different. That will take another half an hour to explain, which I can't do it today. So yeah, that's a rumah Chetty, rumah Abu. Yeah, so rumah Abu is the original house, not rumah ibu, tapi rumah Abu. Is the original house inhabited by the Chetty Malacca, a house that is originally inherited from Chetty Malacca parents and forefather. They have compound, interior, and house rare. And if you want to see the real house, you can go to Chetty Malacca Museum. It's only 2 ringgit. Must go. Alright, this is how the house look like. Thank you to late Mr. Nadarajan Raja. Yeah, this is how it looks like. It has a tena in front. I will show another photo later. So they also have kowil. They have 10 kowils and shrines, but maintain 9 of them. According to the trust deed dated 12 March 1962, a combination of 8 kowils and shrines are mentioned. These are among them, but they also have nickname for the kowil. Kowil Kolam Besar, Kowil Nenek, and other names as well. To date, no data recorded on Kuil Katai Aman or Linggar Dariaman was owned by Chetty Malacca. However, no records are available to support this claim. This is one of the temples. It is in Jalan Harmoni. Previously, it's called Jalan Tukang Besi. Next to this Kuil, there's a Chinese temple and also a church. Is it church? Sorry, a mosque, sorry. And also a mosque, sorry. That's why we call Jalan Harmoni, Cina, India, Melayu, CIMB Bank. Okay, can we move forward? All right, so Museum Chetty is as a platform of creating a space and indirect opportunity to establish bonding in understanding the Chetty Malacca even more. That's how the museum will look like. All right, so that is what we call Tenai. Can you say the lady there? If you are a stranger to them, you know, first time meeting, you can just meet them at the Tenai. But later on, when they trust you, you can go inside the house. Okay, some practice, still practice, some no. Okay, leadership baron among the Chetty. Yeah, so far, yeah, no empirical evidence of outstanding leaders except for Naina Chatu. Some call him as Nina Chatu. That was during the 15th century. And Taiwanayagam Chetty. Yeah. Ahli jawatan kuasa kuil, well, the kuil community adopted Indian Panchahayat system from India, yeah. But anyhow, I am unable to obtain any revised information about the community because of the reason. Among the reasons is, though the Chetty Melaka welcome my presence, this is invisible barrier still exists, especially when the matter related to the kuil committee. Pemegang amanah, the trustee, or in Chetty Malay language called pemegang amanah, is the head of the committee, yeah, elected by respectable elderly members of the community. However, in 2015, they have decided, sebulat suara, sebulat hati, yeah, being a trustee is no longer restricted to elders. Yeah, it can be, they buka mata lah, they open up their eyes. They say that, okay, now if you are educated, you are able to lead, why not? Please go ahead. Okay. So these are among the pemegang amanah kuil, yeah. Alright, you can see when you visit the kampung, the museum, you can look through all this. Okay, Chetty Malacca culture, they are rich in terms of cuisine and beverages, yeah. As well as the clothing, the dance and the music. They have joget ronggeng, yeah, originally comes from the word ronggeng, yeah, men and women, they dance together, yeah, there's no step, they have joget tong pulut, they have so many types of joget. And then I've also covered kepercayaan and pantang larang, some mystic element, berubat. They are very well known to the Malaccan because they are able to ubat penyakit kulit. Yeah, if you have cacar or kayap, you have problem with your skin, you can go and see them. They have that ability. Yeah. So occasion, they have wedding, sadangu, bogi, pongal, parchu, yeah, matu kani. Yeah, these are among the celebrations. Okay, that's the beaded shoe. That's one of the Chetty Melaka cute little girl. Yeah, Sitambaran Spile's daughter. Okay, this was taken yesterday. Yeah, Sister Devi helped me to cook. Yeah, she taught me how to cook the Chetty Melaka lauk haram jadah. So haram jadah, haram is it? No, it's actually lauk sayur campur-campur. Yeah, so yeah, she's serving her husband there. Yeah, very delicious. If I stay with her one more week, I think I'll put on 5 kg. Okay, those are among the puluts, and thank you to Mr. Apu and family. Yeah, he brought some pulut. At least we can have a taste of it. Okay, this was taken from Mr. Apu's Facebook. Thank you again. All right. So, okay, these are all the anak dara still available. Yeah, still available. All right, this was during one of the wedding ceremony, yeah, at the temple. Yeah, these are some of them. Pretty, isn't it, the ladies? Okay, so that's Hantu Tete, and then that's during Tirula or Hari Datuk Caca. Okay, this is the bride. Okay, she's married to a Chetty Melaka man. She's a Chinese lady, so she has to convert to Hindu. So her new name is Priyanka. All right. So that's the bride. The groom. Right. He's getting blessed from his. That's my lovely respondent, the late Mr. Nadarajan Raja. Without him, I cannot be here today. I'm so thankful to him. Unfortunately, he passed away last year. In January 9th. Yeah, I cannot talk about it. All right, can we just move on? Yeah, that's the joget, that's a permainan congkak. They also have cherki, yeah. And this was taken 2 days back at Bukit Jelutong. Yeah, they tanam, yeah, they buried, they don't burn. But nowadays, some of them choose to burn the body. Okay. In conclusion, of course, there are over 6 6,000 languages in the world, but Chetty Malacca is one of them who's about to die. So we need to do something to revitalize the language as well as the culture. All right. Yeah, I still have about 5 more minutes.
Cue questions?
Oh,
Or you want to makan?
So probably, what do you think? Do you think Malaysia is beautiful? Obviously it is, isn't it? So what do you think of Chetty Malacca? Before you ask me question, I better ask you question. What do you think of this community? Do you know them before this? Sorry? Or maybe Mr. Afu wants to say something about his community.
Just because I'm a Chetty Malacca, so Chetty Malacca is great. Is a community that is not only intermarriage but accepting the culture from outside of the original culture. They brought in, they blend it, and they practice it. For example, like nasi lemak is one of our offering to the ancestor. Instead of those Indian, they cook biryani or whatever, we don't cook biryani, we cook nasi lemak. And we have a lot of influence, not only language, not only our attire, our food are also been influenced by the locals, the Nusantara. If you ask me to every day to take chicken curry or parpu sambar, the dal, my stomach cannot accept. But if you ask me to take aram jada, then yes, I can accept that for every day. Yeah.
Can I ask, at home you speak in English or like a Chitty?
To my mom, I speak at home now. Currently, I speak 3 languages. Because my wife is Chinese, so I speak Mandarin. I can speak Mandarin. 我可以讲华语. Then I speak to my daughter English and mix of. But to my mom is the Peranakan Malay. Yeah, like Ama dah makan? So makan. Nanti mau pergi Ciwan tak?
What's Ciwan?
Ciwan. What is Ciwan?
Apa itu Ciwan?
Okay, there are a few languages. The terms that is unique to the Peranakan. Like Jamban, I think you all also know what is Jamban, right? But the sister to Jamban is Ciwan lah, because they have this bilik, the bathroom is called Ciwan. The toilet, the one that pass motion is called Jamban. And then we call cup as cangkir, we call pinggan as piring, plate as piring. We call one more word that I spoken, and my wife herself say, where got this type of language? Where got this? This is no you. Have you heard of temaha? Temaha? No, temaha is actually, if you go in Google, temaha is actually selfish, stingy. Temaha. Things like there are borrow words like bimpo, loteng, kuntau. Bimpo is handkerchief, is from this Hokkien. Loteng is lauteng. Kuntau, pento. So tengsi, all this one are borrow word from Chinese, Hokkien mainly. So the language itself is very beautiful. Yeah. Like I'm categorized as the number 1 lah. Yes, generation. I still use that language at home, to speak.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Apu. Yeah, so of course we learn something new. I'm not sure when you say we have to do something, what you have in mind, like what can be done.
Well, I've done quite a number of research as well as other scholars. Yeah, but we should look deeper into their problem. You see, they want to maintain, but they are staying in the heart of Malacca. So it's quite difficult to maintain because you see, next to the kampong, they have built, is it eight stories? 8 stories of building,
Big building, is it?
Apartment, yeah.
Yeah.
Right in front of the kampong, again, they build so many things around the kampong, so they look so setinggan. You see, so we have voiced this up, okay, and at the moment, the government is trying to protect the temple first. They have allocated some amount of money to maintain the temple, and later next step they will take another step in order to preserve the kampong. But I'm not sure. It's still in the midst of discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, to add to what Dr. Nurul is saying, the kampong is the heart of it. Even me, if I want to do anything, like my daughter's any function, I'll go back to perform it at the kampong. Because there is where the heart is. I born there, I grown up there, and I feel that we have to, whatever that we have to do, we have to go back to the kampong and do it. If the kampong disappeared, gone, then I can tell you the Chetty Malacca culture, language will be slowly diluted, and it won't be easily obtained. Yeah. Even the cooking also. I think you all should try some Chetty Malacca's cooking.
We are definitely looking forward. Okay, so may I suggest we sample some of the wonderful... Yes, you tell us what you brought along. I don't know anything about Chetty Malacca food.
Okay, this is like people call cuci mulut lah. Cuci mulut. Pasal petang-petang, biasa orang Chetty Malacca minum teh. I'm speaking in my if you all can understand. Kita cuci mulut lah ini. Ini kuih pulut inti. The pulut inti, they have two versions of pulut. One is pulut tekan, which just now you saw on the slide. That is pulut tekan. Pulut tekan we eat with serikaya. Whereas pulut inti is not the compressed pulut. Pulut tekan is the compressed pulut. I wanted to do because, but the tong pulut not ready yet. So I missed this round lah. Maybe next round. But this pulut inti. Pulut inti is also very nice. The inti is made of this coconut and also gula melaka. And the pulut have two colors, white and blue. So not to be afraid that the blue, we don't use artificial coloring. We use the color from flower, bunga telang. And the white is from the coconut. So not to be afraid to sample this. It's no preservative, no coloring.
So thank you very much. So can we thank both Mr. Apu and Dr. Nurul Huda Hamzah for giving us a glimpse only of this community, and I hope we have a chance to explore more in future, whether it's through food or through culture, through visits. So can we now all move here to sample the food, the best part? Come on. Yeah, after this, there is a Kung Fu demonstration at the back with Sifu David Peterson. So it's Wing Chun